Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Jesse. This is my garage, and today I'm going to show you how you can test the alternator on your car using one simple tool, a voltmeter right here. So this is the car we're going to be working on. I'm going to show you how to do it with one simple tool. Let's go right now. First thing we need to do is set our multimeter. We're going to be working with DC voltage. So when we go to change our voltage, we just need to go to look for 20 volts. Don't need to use any of these other numbers because we're not going that high or that low. So we're gonna go to 20 volts. All right, then we'll go to our negative terminal and our positive terminal with the red and the black leads. That's gonna come over here and tell us what our battery voltage is. Now this battery voltage is 12.2. That's perfect. That's just what we need to be looking for, and it's not dropping down. So that tells us that it's holding charge. Next thing we're gonna do is get our car started, get our alternator charging, and then read the voltage output that the alternator is putting to the battery and make sure it's enough to charge our battery and run our accessories. Alright, so with the car running and the alternator charging our battery, we can see that our battery voltage is up at 14.2. This is just where we want to see it. We can go up to 14.7 and then pretty much like down to 14. That's a reading we want to see. Anything lower than that 14, if we're in the 13s, it's going to tell us that the alternator isn't charging it enough. When we start running accessories, we're going to have a problem with getting enough battery voltage. That's where you're going to have your problem starting the vehicle. Once you drive it, it won't want to start because your alternator didn't charge up your battery. And if it's more than 14.7, that means that our alternator is overcharging the battery, and we don't want to see that either. Of course, our leads are just hooked up the same, red to positive, black to negative. We can see it's just steady voltage. Let's turn on some electrical loads like lights, radios, HVAC system, and make sure that it's consistently holding that 14.2, that 14 to 14.7 charging rating. That makes sure we can handle the electrical load. If not, then we're gonna have a problem with our. All right, and I went ahead and turned on the brights, the radio, the blower motor for the air conditioning, and as you can see, we're still above a 14 volt output from our alternator with all that electrical load. So this is good. We're not gonna have any problems. Our alternator is charging the battery well enough to handle the electrical loads and keep our battery fully charged, so we're not gonna have any problems with it. All right, and with all the electrical loads turned back off, we can see our alternator output but jump back up to the 14.2. All right, well, if you need to do this on your vehicle, just button down, do it. It's not that bad. It does take a little bit of time. Hopefully you can diagnose and tell you if your alternator is bad or if your battery's bad. Honestly, hopefully it's just your battery, because that's a lot easier than the alternator. I've got a link in the description below for the tools that I used on this that we talked about: multimeter, battery charger, really just simple stuff. Should definitely have that stuff in your arsenal toolbox. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.